I've been using SellerSnap for over a year now, and I've tried pretty much every single repricer on the market. So in this video today, I'm going to give you my completely honest opinion and if it's worth the amount you're going to be paying. I've been selling on Amazon for about 9 years. Last month, we did about $126,000 in sales and generated over $21,000 in gross profit. I've tested pretty much every single repricer on the market, whether it be BeCool, Repricer Express, Aurora, even Amazon's own repricing tool, and I have settled on SellerSnap for some very good reasons. Now, having tested many other repricers, they all say they've got this AI repricing, but what I've really seen is that they just keep undercutting prices, which shouldn't be happening, and my profits decline. We end up in price wars, margins get destroyed, and everyone loses. SellerSnap, on the other hand, it doesn't just try and win the buy box 100% of the time, it's smarter than that. It analyzes the competitive behavior and figures out when to compete and when to hold your prices. You still get sales, but your margins stay healthy. That AI repricer, I've also seen it pull the buy box price up when competing with another seller. This is game changing because what we normally see is one price go under, whereas SellerSnap goes under, wins the buy box and brings it back up again because Amazon's allowing rotation and SellerSnap does that. So in effect, the prices don't crash, they get higher. That's why I love it. Okay, so I just want to take a quick moment to say, look, I love SellerSnap. I think it's a great tool. And if you are thinking about trying it, you should try it. It's a 15-day free trial. I've got a link in the description down below. But the one thing I will also add to that is you can get 10% off your first month if you literally sign up and then just in the chat box, when you talk to their support, say, hey, I came from FastTrackFBA, can I get the 10% off? And they'll give you that off your first month. So, hey, you're gonna save yourself some money just for what, 10 seconds worth of work. So make sure you do that and use the link in the description down below. The second point I'll bring on to is that it should just be simple. We pay all this money for these tools. They should really add value to our lives and just make our life easier. You upload your costs, your mins, and it'll automatically work out the maxes for you. One job saved. Also as well, it can reprice on ROI. Another job saved based just on the cost of goods. I actually upload mins because we can do it automatically. But if you just upload cost of goods and set your ROI, it will do that as well. Turn on the AI and let it do its thing. I used to spend hours a day. I actually had a full-time VA going through all my repricing, and SellerSnap just wipes the floor with whatever they did. Tweaking the rules, watching the listings, these things are just time-consuming, and SellerSnap means you don't need to do that. The third thing that I really love about SellerSnap is dynamic mins and maxes. Now, pretty much every single repricer out there will be able to set a min price based on an ROI. You give it the cost of goods, it can set the min. Sure, no problem. But SellerSnap can set a dynamic max. What does this mean? It means that the maximum price your repricer will go to, and again, like I said, it does like going up to that a lot, especially when you win the buy box to make you more money, it will make that dynamic. That price will dynamically change. And why is this important? Because a lot of repricers don't have this, therefore they'll just put your price up to max, and all of a sudden your listings go into stranded inventory and your products can't be sold because Amazon says it's a high price alert. SellerSnap pretty much stops this and is constantly changing that max price, which I absolutely love. The fourth thing I really love about SellerSnap is the support is actually really good. You can get an onboarding call, which I think is just amazing. You sign up, you can get a call with one of their team members, their support. They will go through your settings and they'll talk about what you're trying to achieve and make recommendations. And not only that, you can book in regular calls. Like I have one every 3 months and we just go through how are you getting on, what's happening. To be honest, I don't need it, but it's nice to check in to say anything else going on with the repricing software or maybe within Amazon that I should know, which is going to improve my game. This is amazing. The fact that you can actually speak to someone live on a video call. They have their chat support, which pretty much get back to you within a few minutes, if not within 24 hours, if you're ever doing a late night repricing session or checking something, but it's super simple. So here I am into SellerSnap and you can kind of see some information we've got set up. And now just straight away, the one thing that I really like is I just want the information I need right in front of me really quickly. And you can see at the top here, I've got these kind of like, should we say, actionable insights they're called. And I've basically set these up and they show me specific information I'm looking for. So when I jump in, obviously I can see this kind of information down here, revenue and profitability, but I'm not too worried about that. I really just want to manage my repricing. So specifically, what am I looking for? I want to manage stock and I really don't want my stock to get very old. I want it to be selling through quick. So you can see here, stock aged between 0 and 31 days. I've got 228 SKUs available right there. Stock aged between 30 and 60, 140. Stock between 61 and 90, only 16 SKUs. and over 90 days old, i.e. plus, I've only got another 16 SKUs. So most of my stock is pretty new, and that's what I want my repricer to do. I want it to get the stock, get it in, get it sold. I don't want to be sitting on stock after 90 days. That's just ridiculous. That's money tied up. Now, on top of that, I can have a good idea of how many of my products are winning the buy box right now, i.e. they're competitive. Actually, sorry, that's down here, 20, 230. And then also how many of them are non-competitive. And again, sometimes we will put our prices higher, and Seller Snap will actually do that. And we're okay with that because we don't want to compete on all the buy boxes when they're just not worthwhile. So again, 126 my SKUs, we're above the buy box. 230, we're on or below the buy box, i.e. our min is below the buy box price. I've got 5 products deactivated right now that I need to deal with. And then also as well, I've got 40 new products that I need to add the min prices in. And I've got 4 products right now that are actually selling at their max. And again, I mentioned Seller Snap likes to push up, and having that dynamic max is grateful. But I can also look at those products and see what they are, see what's going on. Am I happy, or do I want to change it? Do I want to get involved? Most of the time, no, I just let it do its thing. So that's the overview, and that's just really simple for me to look at. Now, the main area I spend my time in is in listings. So I actually come into the listings itself. Now, I'm going to hide some information because obviously this is my store and my products, but what I will do is show you everything that I can. Now, just like we had before, I've got lots of different views set up. Now, you might be thinking, oh, these are different filters you've got, and you're kind of right. Like, they are filters. You can find types of products you're after, for example, like products aged between 0 and 31 days, 31 to 60, 61 to 90, 90 plus. Obviously, you want to see them, filter for them, and see them. That's great. Now, the one thing I really like about Seller Snap, and I'll show you an example, is that not only can you set up the preset filters to be saved, but you can also set up how you save the columns and what's being shown when you load those filters, because we all recognize that some filters we want to see in a different way to other filters. So for example, right here, we have our default view, and it has title, repricing, fulfillment cost, Amazon fees, min price, max price, fillable quantity, etc., etc. Great. And I've got no filters on right now. But when I click on age 90 plus days, what we are specifically interested in is not only adding in the filters, which we've got here in stock and inventory is over 90 days, but I also want to change the order and the layout and maybe even remove a lot of columns that I'm just not interested in seeing. So each one of my kind of views here not only changes the filter, but it also changes the way you see it. And again, what are we here to do? We are here to save time, have the software tell us where the problems are so we can filter for them, but also show it in ways we can take actionable insights quickly. And this is the other thing I love about Seller Snap, that not only just the fact that it does a really good job, but it allows you to see what you're looking for quickly, because you can filter and set up the columns and the views really, really well. And I'll just show you here, if you click on columns, this is hidden, this is visible, and I have certain columns visible. These are the ones that I want to see for when I'm managing aged inventory. But a lot of these other ones I'm just not interested in for that specific view. But I can obviously save them to be shown with other views, so which is great. And again, I can just kind of select lots of them. I can move them across. I can take one, move the order. Really, really simple. And I absolutely love that. It just changes the game. And then also as well, because it's a really nice layout, I can literally come in and say, change my min price, go like 51, for example. Voila, done. This is like super simple to use. And it just makes it nice and easy. Again, on here on the repricing, I have 2 rules. It says 3, none, obviously no rule, aggressive, and normal. And I'll show you what those are in a minute. The one thing I really just love about this is that I can come in straight away, look at my overview, see where my products are. I can then click on each kind of section. So it might be like what needs repricing, upload the mins, what my old stock, maybe see what's happening. Maybe I've got some deactivated, great, look at those. But the idea is I'm just going to click on that, see it what I want, action it, and then go on with the rest of my day. I don't want to be here changing filters, changing views. It's just a pain. And this is the thing I love about Seller Snap. We talked about settings. So how do I set up my Seller Snap settings? So I'm going to come to settings here, and I go to store settings. Now I pretty much leave everything on the default. So on my repricing settings here, everything's pretty much the default. I think we literally the other day changed the amount we get competitive with Amazon, and that's about it. Really, really simple. Nothing incredible there. I think for inventory, we leave it all the same, not a problem. But mins and maxes, we basically use dynamic pricing for max. And again, like I said before, you can do what's known as tiered markup, which is ROI based repricing. But for me, we actually manually put the mins in because we're set up to do that. I like doing that. But for you, you can also use ROI. And then the other one is actually the repricing preset. So what are the repricing rules? Again, I've used so many repricers and you have to set up so many different rules and the way they work. And I just want the repricing software to work. I just want to set it and forget and it to do its thing. And so this is why we have 2 rules. And by the way, I created a video showing these rules a year ago, and these are still the same rules I run to this day. Not super complex, super easy, and I'll explain them to you. And the reason why I have this is because I just want, number one, the repricer to do its thing, and then B, if the thing isn't working aggressively as I want it to, then I want to be a bit more aggressive. And I'll show you how we do that. So the default rule is normal and really simple. It's just called normal. Guess what? It has repricer, AI repricer. So obviously use the AI repricer. Fantastic. And then the only other thing we have is if backordered, set to 1. And I'll just share this with you because I've seen so many repricers not do this and actually compete. And if you want to know what I mean by backordered, is basically if you think about Amazon and the buy box. To compete on the buy box, there's really 2 key metrics. There's a lot of other things, but the key ones are price, i.e. are you the cheapest price or not, and your delivery date to the customer. So if your delivery date is significantly higher or more than the current buy box winner, even if you are the same price or even just slightly below, you won't win the buy box because you are a little bit cheaper, but it's going to take another week to deliver. And Amazon recognizes customers want the delivery today for Prime. And so if you're going to win the buy box, you've got to be so much cheaper. And so therefore, what we do is we always set our back order to 1. So we basically always go a bit higher. We're not looking to be competitive. The reason is when your products are in back ordered, i.e. they're moving around Amazon's fulfillment centers, they can still be purchased, but ultimately you don't want to get competitive on the price because you're going to start crashing the listing and you're going to have to be so much cheaper than you could do if you just waited the week for that product to become available, then you could sell it at the full price. So for us, we always push back ordered up to 1 or 1.5. So that's it. Really, really simple. Just a normal rule. We call it normal. That's the default one. Seller Snap does what it says it's going to do and it's simple. And that's what I want. I want a repricer which just works. And then we have the second rule, which is aggressive. Now, aggressive, I basically set win buy box 50%. I think the AI repricer does win buy box 30%, but it's always changing. It's kind of like one part of the rule. But for you, you can obviously change it a bit more. You can get 60%. We just play with that every now and then. Depending on how my sales are going, if like this week's a bit quiet, I might put that up to 10%, just so those products that I'm really trying to clear, I might go from 50% to 60%, so 10% increase, and so therefore it moves a bit. That's the only thing I might change. But really, if I'm looking at a listing going, it's not really selling very well, let's not let the AI reprice then, let's just get a bit more aggressive. And that's what I want. I want it to win the buy box. So many repricers basically try and become the cheapest or beat the FBA seller. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to win the buy box. I'm like, that's so nice and simple. And then again, we have back orders. So again, set to back order if that's the case, but rarely does that ever kick in on aggressive because aggressive we use later on. Now, if you do want to know, obviously you can do lots of other things so like follow SSP, FBM, highest FBM, bold, followed by box, fixed price, lots of different reoccurring price changes, quite cool. You can like increase the price by like 1 pence every 15 minutes, which creates a really cool effect. And then also you can do sub rules. So there's lots of different rules on here. If time of day, for example, and I really love that, if no purchases in the last like 7 days or something, or number of hours, or historical days, or inventory age, you can tell it to get more aggressive. And again, you just want repricing rules which work and make your life easier. And for me, we just have 2 rules. I absolutely love that. Super simple. I'm not going to save them because obviously I have just edited them, so we'll leave that one. But that's the simple fact of how we set it up. Now, not only do I love the fact that with Seller Snap, you get obviously great views that you can see, you get a repricer which pushes the price up, you also get very simplistic repricing. And I say simplistic like it's not, it's super powerful, but it's really easy and it does what you want. But then on top of that, also as well, we have, if you want to look here, we have the Walmart repricer. So I've done a video on that as well. And then also as well, they'd introduced a new data hub, which I love. And right now I'm currently beta testing some parts. So this is just literally been released for my testing today. So bear with me. And I'll blur some parts. But the one thing that I really love about this is helping you to understand about your business. And I've worked with SellerSnap to support this. So you can obviously see your products being sold, what's happening, like cost of goods, for example. You can change, by SKU, what's happening, like brand, for example. So over the last 7 days, I can have a look at like what brands I've sold, where my money's being made. Really, really good. So you can see I spend a lot of money on certain brands, which I really like, and they work well for me, which I absolutely love. Now, the other thing which I really love about SellerSnap, and this is kind of like game changing, is when you come over to performance and you change it into brand. And I love this. Why? Because at the fundamental level, when we're selling products, we buy them from suppliers, but really we're buying brands from suppliers. And so what we're really trying to understand is like how well those brands sell in the marketplace. What is the competition for that brand for other suppliers and sellers? Is that brand getting more profitable or less profitable? How do we know that? That's really, really hard. Well, Data Hub is amazing at this because you can choose brand here. You can come into monthly. You can look at profit, revenue. Just look at revenue for the moment. I might actually look at margin. So let's have a quick look at profit margin. I like that one. And then what I can do is just scroll down and have a look at all my brands. And I can see like this one has declined quite a lot recently. And then here actually it's been going up. So it's been pretty stable. But you can see like actually the margin has been 50%, 60%, 62, 50. So it's been pretty steady, not too bad. But there might be some products whereby the margin is just like constantly in decline. If I can find one. No, I think we've got some pretty good brands. But the idea is that what you're going to do is there are key brands that we sell. How are those brands performing each month? And should you continue stocking them and selling them? And SellerSnap tells you that information, which I love. And then on top of that, it also has competitor analysis. So it tells you about who are the competitors who are like you and how many ASINs are you overlapping. So obviously, if you're a reseller, probably want to be checking out those competitors, finding what they're selling, and then that you're not selling, and then obviously go and buy those products because they're working for the competitors. Why they're not working for you? And again, so it's not just a repricer, it does so much more. But coming into like an overview, it's simple in that it's insanely powerful. It does what it says. I don't have to spend much time on it. I have 2 rules I've had for a year. It makes me great money. It pushes the price up. I don't get caught in price wars. And it has the Data Hub feature, which is incredible, just helping me out in my business so I understand what's working, what's not, so I can make informed decisions to grow my business even more. Now, one of the questions you might be asking is it right for you? Well, look, if you've just started selling on Amazon, I don't think SellerSnap's going to be right for you. It's not cheap and it's really powerful, but you probably want to, should say, do some repricing yourself. You can definitely do it manually. But I think if you're doing 5, 10K a month, and they've got some really good packages now where you can test this out and see if it's going to work for you. Now, I definitely think if you're doing $10,000 or pounds in sales per month, SellerSnap is a great choice. And what you should see is the improvement in margin because of bringing that buy box up will bestly cover the cost. But not only that, obviously it's going to save you time as well, which I absolutely love. So definitely have a look in the link in the description down below. Obviously you can use my link, get a 15-day free trial. But if you drop them a message, they'll give you 10% off the first month as well. But you've got to say you've come from FastTrackFBA. Now, what I will say is if you found this useful, make sure you hit the like button, and I will share a video around here of some other information about how we set up those views in more detail. So if you're using it, that's going to help you as well. But hey, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.